Okay, how you doing? All right. Okay. How's everybody doing out there? Nomad, how you doing? How you doing? We're close to New Year's, aren't we? Tomorrow's going to be New Year's Eve. So I decided to do a little New Year's stream early. Thank you, Moon. Well, thank you. Thank you. I was able to spend time with family recently and doing what I can do. Okay. I have to address this. Now, I'm the type of guy I can laugh at myself. You know what I mean? And I will say I was really impressed with Spectrum of Friends. Not exactly accurate sometimes. But they were funny. Especially when they did the action figure commercials of me. I thought that was kind of hilarious. I've been working out. I've been trying to. I let myself go. I've been doing a lot of sit-ups and crunches lately. I haven't been doing much, but I've been trying. I've been working on projects. Let me show you. Improving my target, my indoor target. Look at that. See? This is a tin lid. This bottom part, a tin lid with tin can lids overlapping each other, and then layers of plastic shingles, I call them, like different types of plastic put together in a composite kind of way, and then overlapping with a piece of cardboard. And of course, this is a baking sheet, and in between here, layers of cardboard mixed with plastic sheeting, just to give it a little bit of a backstop. And of course, I got my new target, a new Gurgle the Goblin. I'm Gurgle the Goblin. Working most of the time. Working. All right. Let's see. All right. Well. Okay. All right. Well. Now, as you can see, I got my beard nice and trimmed. Look at this. My teeth are nice and shiny. Nice and clean. Look at that. Nice trimmed beard. All right. Let's see what we got here. Just to make sure. All right. Well, let's see. Got 3 viewers. I still got my knife design. I got it made recently, but knife design. A larger version of that. Look at that. All right, well, Ah, thank you, bro. Thank you. Which knife? Uh, talking about this one, or is it this one? All right, we got some good stuff here. I mean, I'm trying to figure some things out. Interact with the people. Ow! Be the wolf I can be. All right. All right, let's see what we can do here. Right, I want to wish everyone a happy new year, for starters. I hope you have a happy new year, and things are going to get better. And a lot of things are going on right now. That massive daycare fraud, that Somali daycare fraud, and well, I wonder what's going on over there in Minnesota. Look, in my opinion, Islam is not compatible with Western values. All Muslims, I don't care if you were born here, you got to go. If you're not Christian, you got to go. I'm sorry, this is a Christian country. You can't live here. That's how it should be. How you doing, Spectrum of Friends? How you doing? I enjoyed your parodies of me. I enjoyed them. Although I will say this, I really don't talk to Michelle that much. Oh yeah, awesome. I will say this, I'm not really I don't talk to Michelle that much. You're right about one thing. We are from two different worlds. We have two different ways of doing things. It's okay, bro. It's okay. It's want to let you know. I'm a standalone kind of guy. Yeah. I guess I can. Anyway. So it's been interesting times. So I just do what I got to do, and now some people call me. Okay, go ahead. Spectrum of Friends. Okay. All right. So we're doing well. I really don't like to get involved in the rabble. I'm thinking about some things. I still have my dream. It's still there. I'm still working on it. Sounds pretty cool. So, if there's anyone you want to do that I'm closer to, I have compadre and Bruce Eclectic is Mr. Bruce Eclectic. He does the e-bike stuff. I'm really cool with that guy. Um, we're good buddies, me and him. So he does the e-bike stuff. I do the Slingshot Warrior stuff. Um, thick as thieves. He's the. I do. Yeah, right now. It's under repair. A flat tire. I had to replace the tire altogether for certain reasons. It's a whole story. But I'm getting it repaired. So, and it's winter time, so. But I have had a lot of fun on that e-bike, and I'm going to have more fun on it. You know. Well, it wasn't that expensive. I'm getting it repaired and everything. But yeah. If you really want to make an action figure, and this would be funny, you have me instead of fighting invisible enemies. You can have me fighting in one of your action figure commercials. It's Moose and Bulldo. And Bulldog Bulldo. How about that? And Slingshot Warrior versus Moose and Bulldog Bulldo. Now that would be funny. No, it's not that expensive. That'd be also funny too. Give me some real villains to fight. But I was thinking about Moose and Bulldog Buldo. It's like yeah, and well, I never, to be honest with you, me and Michelle were acquaintances. You realize that, right? She was invited to my party, of course, and my Halloween party, but that's about it. And we don't know each other that well. You realize that, right? She lives up in, I think, all the way up in another state. We don't have the same. We don't post the same content. You realize that, right? No, we're acquaintances. She's okay. I'm not. I have nothing against her, but at the same time, I'm not exactly. I don't follow her content. I don't think she follows mine. And it's like we're acquaintances, and it's all we are. I know her from Dave, but that's about it. Well, like I said, sure we can, but we don't know each other that well. You realize that, right? I hope not. Perish the thought, nomad. Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Don't. Okay, that's good, but you understand our channels are completely different. My channel is slightly political, but I talk about survival and self defense most of the time. I talk about gear, like knives, air guns, and stuff like that. She talks about her multiple personalities. Um, yeah. Mhm. And yes, I use the werewolf stuff. But it's just for fun. Okay. Good. I was saying that they're not compatible with Western values. Okay, we're a Christian country. Muslims are not compatible with a Christian country, and they seek to take over said Christian countries. I don't want to see America become Europe. I have Mexicans. I mean, I'm nothing against Mexicans because we have compatible values. I've talked to them. They're not bad people. But if you're talking about, like Muslims, we don't see eye to eye on religion, on everything. And they believe that they have a right to kill us. So, and I don't. Oh, yeah. So I really think that they need to be removed from the United States immediately. All of them. And they should be banned from the United States. They should all be removed from the United States and banned. Yeah, exactly. And if you think that's radical, I don't give a damn. I'm a Christian. All right, let's just get where we need to go. Okay. All right. I don't have anything new. Okay. Ugh. Trying to get some new things. But that's life. Yeah. Doing a lot of things. I'm gonna have dinner at church. Um, you might be surprised, but I've been going to church a lot more. Getting right with God. Look, I'm not a perfect man. No human being is. The only one that's perfect was Jesus, and no one is truly good but God. So what I say is basically is that you got you got to find faith, and I found my faith. Amen to that. Uh, amen to that, Spectrum friends. Another thing I will say is that I'm not a part of the Boit. Okay, the Boit, that community of trolls and ne'er do wells. I do not associate with them. I'm an outdoor channel. Okay, that's who I am. I'm a gear channel. You know, I will put my God out there. Yes, because I believe if I don't tell you about Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? I'm not doing my job as a Christian. Yeah. Well, they do, but at the same time, people like to associate me with them. Like I'm one of the freaks in the freak show. I'm not. Yes, I got caught up with them when I was hanging around Dave, but not anymore. Thank you. It's a very negative community, too. It's negative. A lot of negativity there. No positivity. Nothing uplifting. You know? I'm not, they have their problems, and I'm not going to say, I'm not going to, be mean to them or nothing, but you got your problems. I mean, there's a problem if you're in a community where you just want to tear each other down all the time. Something wrong with that. No one wants to be a part of a community where everyone's tearing each other down, messing with each other. I mean, who wants to be part of that? A lot of things, but I'm not upset about it. I'm not going to gripe about it. It's just some things that happen, I forgive them because of the fact they don't know what they do. And I get it. A lot of them just are just in negative places. I've been there. You know what I mean? And a lot of them are just stupid kids. I've noticed. Some are grown men who never grew up. I can understand that. Who never wised up. So, yeah. You're assuming that, No, they're not. Spectrum friends. Cool, Moon Knight. I'm not really a big fan of Star Wars, but good for you. But that, the thing is that I don't hate them. I pity them because a lot of them have nothing better to do than to be trolls. And it's sad. It really is. Possibly. I just think they have a bad mind. I just think a lot of them have nothing better to do, and some of them just have a negative mindset. They're in a negative space in their mind. Maybe. Well, I'm not going to go into that, but they're just negative. They you got in this life you got to be positive, even in bad times. God keeps me positive. Also, even before God, I found the humor in everything. You find the humor in everything, otherwise you're going to go crazy. True, Moon Knight, true. Thank you. See, I don't hold any ill will towards them. Not anymore. I'm not angry at them. I'm more like pity them. I'm saddened that they do this because they're only hurting themselves. They're not hurting me. Yeah, it goes with the wolf. And it goes with the beard. Look at this nice beard. It's nice and groomed too. Look at that. Groomed. No, I'm not. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really celebrate New Year's that much because I'm not a big drinker. New Year's is a holiday for people who want to get drunk. I'm not one of those guys. I've never been even. I'm not really a big drinker. I've never been. So it's like maybe. Maybe Spectrum. I wish I was still 25. No, I'm actually 45. Spectrum. Well, I had something like that at the church. Little. Yeah, I'm 45 years old. That's because I have no bad habits. I don't drink and I don't smoke that much. Yeah, I'm 45. Again, you see the gray in my beard? The gray streaks in my hair? Amazing, isn't it? Exactly. Oh, no gray hairs, huh? Right here. Yeah. I hope so, Putty Cat. I hope so. Yeah, I heard about those daycare scams in Minnesota. Oh boy. They got exposed by a. Yeah, that is the bonus. At this age I thought I would lose my hair. But I never did. I still got my hair. When people in the 30s were going bald, I'm like, still got my hair. No, I'm not. When I was in my 20s, I looked like I was a teenager. I remember one time in karate class, there was a girl who was like a high school senior. Thought I was cute, by the way. And she said, "Oh," and she tried to talk to me like I was in high school, and it's like, and I kind of laughed about it. It's like I really looked that young, and and a woman in the karate class told her girl he's 20 years old. Is like, oh. And banned from what? Moon Knight. I wish I was a ladies' man, but I do what I can. Look, all I am is a guy who likes being single and by myself most of the time. I kind of got used to solitude a little bit. I got used to it. A lot less bullshit. A lot less. You know. Well, maybe not in this country, but if I, let's say, went to Eastern Europe or maybe the Philippines, I'd probably be a ladies' man. No, I never banned you about asking about simoleons. Uh, they love to hate them. Spectrum friends. Got to remember that one. Mm. Probably not, Putty Cat. Hmm. Quite a few. I even showed a picture of my last girlfriend. We went to medieval times together. Um, she was a chunky redhead, you know. I dated a lot of chubby chicks. I'm gonna be honest with you, but um, lose weight, turn my fat into muscle, do more sit-ups and push-ups and crunches. I like redheads. I also like Asians, Asian girls, Oriental kind of girls. I also like Latina girls. Sometimes a brunette if I'm, you know. Well, like I said, I let myself go. I'm trying to do better. Right now, I'm trying to do some exercise. No, no, Moon Knight. I'm a strong man. I want a feminine woman. I want a woman who will obey me. Very different. You know, hard to find in the West, I can tell you that. Why do you think I'm single? I don't want to deal with. No, no, not this time. But you're not going to see that in a very. You're not going to see that ever, Putty Cat. Ever again. Exactly, Putty Cat. No, no Spectrum friends. I never had an STD. Okay. All righty then. Got some good stuff here. Let's see. That's what I want to do, and I'm working on it, Putty Cat. I'm working on that. It's coming. Well, I haven't checked what I bench. I use a lot of free weights. I use a lot. Most of the time, I lift 25 pounders in both hands. I can lift 30 pounders in both hands. No, I don't, Moon Knight. Um, I really don't. I prefer to be doing outdoor stuff. Let's just say I'm not. I don't follow bread and circuses. Okay. I don't believe it's. Yeah, I think sports is just bread and circuses, mindless distraction. Um, that's what I believe, and I used to watch pro wrestling, but not anymore until it got crappy. So it's not the fact I don't like sports; I just don't watch it. I'm an outdoorsman. I don't really. I do things on my own, so I prefer to the quiet things. Not Creed. I prefer the grunge bands. I'm an Alice in Chains fan. Alice in Chains. Let's see, and Stone Temple Pilots. Exactly, Spectrum Friends. Oh man, Putty Cat. Yeah, that's a sport I'm a part of. I was in the tournament. Moon Knight. Sometimes I prefer Poison. Ain't nothing but a good time. It don't get no better than this. I like music from the 80s and 90s. Everything from 80s new wave to 80s rock. And of course, I like the 90s grunge, 90s rock, stuff like that. And I like different kinds of music, I guess you could say. I don't know. Uh, Most of the time, women eat less than men, from what I can tell, biologically speaking. You know? Yeah, Soundgarden, Smashing Pumpkins, Pearl Jam. Yeah, these are some of the bands I listen to. Not all of it. Some of it was. I do like this song by Poison, "Nothing But a Good Time," and no, Spectrum Friends, no. Yeah, I listened to a little bit of Offspring. One of my favorite songs from Offspring is "Pretty Fly for a White Guy." Oh, that's one of my. I actually said that to an asshole guy that was who was dressed like a rapper, and I said, by the way, you're pretty fly for a white guy. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like the Dropkick Murphys. Um, I love that. I'm a sailor at pay, clipping up a topsail. I done lost my leg. I'm shipping up the now Motley Crue. I haven't listened to much. Whitesnake, yeah, a little bit. Now Warren, I like one song they did, and it's called Cherry Pie. I actually sing that song karaoke sometimes. She's my cherry pie. That's very true, Spectrum Friends. I would say this: women dressed better in the 80s. They did. You could say the big hair was a little much, but women just dressed better in the 80s. They didn't dress in their pajamas out in the middle of the street. And by the way, in the 80s and 90s, that would send you to a rubber room. Try dressing out your pajamas out in the middle of the street in the 80s and 90s. That white van will be coming very quickly. You know? Yeah, there were still wives back then, somewhat. It wasn't as bad as it is now, I would say. The dating market wasn't that bad, but the 80s was a good time. it was a great time, just to chill, relax. It was okay. I'm not a big fan of Papa Roach. Now, if you're talking about, I used to listen to Slipknot and Power Man 5000, and so also Rob Zombie back in the day. And I never listened to Marilyn Manson. It was something about the guy that just irked me. You know what I mean? So true. Yeah. I would say to the women today, and I get a lot of complaints from the women. Well, how come you like women in the 80s compared to women today? I get a lot of men are saying that. Well, if that's the case, and a lot of women are noticing, I'll go on Instagram, and there are a lot of women now who are dressing like it's the 1980s. There are women who actually wear the big hair, the 80s clothes, and they look hot, gorgeous. I mean, yeah, here's the thing. I'm a white guy, okay? That don't appeal to me, okay? That don't appeal to me. The breast, the hourglass figure, that's what I like. The slender body. Oh, yeah, and you can see them on Instagram. There's ones that are they're going on that 80s kick, and they look great. Exactly. Spectrum friends. That's why I don't like to deal with a lot of modern women. Flex. I tell him to save his money more. Uh, yeah, nice rack. Yeah, like Pamela or like Heather Locklear in the 80s. Or Kelly LeBrock in the 80s. Oh boy, Flex. Yeah, I know. She was hot until she was not. Just remember, beauty is not. Although I will say, a lot of times we do respond to beauty. Just remember, beauty is not everything. A woman's personality also, a woman can be beautiful, right? And the second she opens her mouth and says something stupid, you know what I mean? She becomes less attractive to me. You know what I mean? A good example is a lot of these modern day Hollywood movie stars. The movie star, these Hollywood actresses who say some woke stuff and they were pretty attractive before. It's like, nah, I'm not feeling it. So true, Spectrum Fred. So true. It was very different in the 80s. And very different in the early 2000s. I mean, I could go in the early 2000s. I could basically date chicks on dating sites. I met a lot of girlfriends on dating sites in the early 2000s. Yeah, it's Hollywood weird, Putty Cat. Like I say, I think it's a good thing the movie star is over. The age of the movie star is over. We find out these people are selfish, out of touch, pretentious snots. Yeah, people want real people. Uh, I don't want to be a celebrity. I really don't. You know what I mean? But people have called me that. Don't know why. But they're looking for real, genuine people now, which is interesting. Yes. Don't know. Haven't met any that I know of. I have been contacted by a female bodybuilder on Instagram once. She was in the military, and I told her to basically kick rocks. She contacted me out of the blue, and yes, I'm on Instagram, but it's only for hobbies and meeting other people who like air guns and archery and slingshots and the things I'm into, and knives and stuff like that, and they're just the things that I'm interested in. And this female bodybuilder just came out of the blue and just tried to basically message me. I was like, "Why are you messaging me?" What? And she said she wanted to date. I was like, "Go someplace else," is what I told her. You know. That's what they're trying. Ain't gonna happen. Look. Yeah, I have heard about this kind of stuff. Oh yeah, I've heard about this. Transformers trying to trick straight men. Doesn't go well. I've heard stories where these Transformers get deleted or get a severe beating afterwards. Look, even the most rational man, when you basically sexually humiliate that man, he's going to go into a psychotic rage. The most nicest, rationalist man, if you attempt to, and basically, if you're tricking a man who thought you were a woman, he will go into a psychotic rage, a temporary insanity when you do that. Don't do it. That is human nature. You're sexually humiliating him. He's going to respond in a very negative way, in a very primal way. In a temporary insanity way. I don't care. You want to pretend you're a woman? Do it all you want, but don't try to trick no men. Second, you try to trick a man, is the second you're playing Russian roulette. And eventually there's going to be a live one in the chamber. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Sadly, there isn't spectrum of friends, but there should be. There should be. No man wants to play the crying game. No man. Yeah. There was a movie like this. Have you ever heard of the movie called The Crying Game? back in the 90s. It's close to what would happen in real life. Well, I'm glad I inspired you. So true, Spectrum friends. But yeah, there was a movie. You remember the movie The Crying Game? No, I'm not having any parties. Spectrum of friends. I'm just trying to get into the new year quietly. That's what I'm trying to do. You know, I don't look forward to another decade. I don't look forward to New Year's. I made what? What did I make? I refresh my memory, Spectrum of friends. What did I make? Anyway, man, we are low. Man, we are low on the views here, man. I only got 4 likes out of all this. Okay, I forget. What's all of them? Are you thinking some kind of serial killer? No. One time there was a bat in my apartment once, and I had to took it out with a blowgun, but that's about it. With a dart. But that's because there was a bat flying around my freaking apartment. You know what I mean? Thank you. Happy New Year. All right. Well, not much. Look, I'm a Christian, okay? Look, here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm a Christian, and I kind of have this belief that self-defense only kind of belief when it comes to dealing with people, particularly violent people or something like that. I don't want to harm anybody. I don't wish harm on nobody. I will only act in a certain way if I have to defend myself. You know, I have honor. You realize that I have a bit of a code of honor. You know what I mean? I don't want to cause harm to anybody. Never. Mm. Yeah, I remember. Okay, but I'm just letting you know, Spectrum. I'm pretty much a decent human being. Mhm. I don't want to. I don't believe in. You know, and I'm not saying. But here's the thing. What I'm saying is, I have this code of honor, where if you're thinking that I'm some kind of psycho, I'm not. You know what I mean? Um, I don't wish anyone. I don't wish any bad will on anybody. I do believe in the right of self-defense, but self-defense only. If I have to defend my life against an aggressor, but that's the only time when I ever would be violent, or that was the only time when I would ever be violent towards somebody. If they were being violent towards me, that's it. Self-defense only. Exactly. And what I do is provide some alternative means of self-defense on this channel a few times. I show that there are, even for people that are restricted, can't get a gun, or don't want to use a gun for various reasons. I show people that there are a lot of alternatives out there that you can use. You know, I do agree with that because I took martial arts for like 6 years. Thank you, every man. Thank you. Understandable, understandable. Spectrum of friends. Well, it does appear that this stream is winding down. I should I'm gonna say goodbye. God bless you. Happy New Year. And all glory goes to God. Mm. All the glory goes to God. And that's what I'm here for. I give common sense solutions for these things. Another thing I will say: never let someone behind your back. That'll keep you safe. Never let anyone behind your back. Keep your back to the wall. Well, God bless you. Have a blessed new year.